and today we'll go over the financial fitness for teens again. So I think we went over like the first chapter or second chapter. Yeah, wait, let me try. Ooh, yeah, we are on step 1 right now, and we didn't get to complete it. So I guess we can complete it. I guess we can try to complete it today. So first off, he says, or the Chris Brady, the author. So he says that you just seek counsel from like mentors because like they're smarter than you. They're like teachers. Teachers will teach you what you don't know. And he says that seek counsel from mentors through a combination of in-person like consultations, like you meet your mentor, audios, maybe like listen to an audio book. They're technically your mentor, even though they don't know you, like they don't really know you, but they're still technically your mentor because you're following them, they're teaching you. And books. Hey,
This is your timer, god damn.
chill.
Hey, go read books and now you can't watch
No,
TV.
I'm reading my book right now.
Oh well, I wouldn't know. So he says that in other words, as they said in like this book, he says that financial fitness so you should stop getting financial advice from broke people. Like you don't want to like get advice from people who don't have money themselves because obviously they're not following what they're teaching and they might be wrong since they're not successful themselves. That's like sometimes like true. I guess there's like since there's other things that like might help because it's not financially related. Like if like an unhealthy person says you should be healthy, that's true, but it's not really the same for financial advice because financial advice is like a little bit different. Okay, so he says that you would need it like advice and guidance, and since there's like a lot that we don't know yet, like you should like learn from people who are willing to teach you, and also you want to be coachable. You don't if you're not coachable, they can't teach you right, and like it's kind of like unorganized. So yeah. So he says that unfortunately a lot of people think having done it wrong and suffered greatly makes them qualified to advise you. Like oh, learn from my mistakes. Do not do what I do. That's only like partially true, but they're not really teaching you. You already know that you shouldn't do that. It doesn't like you don't need their advice since like yeah. So he says this is simply not the case. Like empty branches, empty advice. Like if there's nothing on there, that means there's nothing to give you, I guess. So he says that the stories might give you extra motivation, so you like end up not like them. Like you have to learn from the past, which is true. And but the thing is, you want to seek out the right information from those who actually have the information. Like you may know someone that is like made a lot of mistakes, but the thing is they didn't learn from them, so they're hoping you learn from them. But the thing is they're not motivated themselves, so you can't really get like good advice so that you can be successful. All you know is that just don't do what they did. But for like successful people, they'll teach you not to do what they did in the past, but also teach you how to do better and be just like them. And yeah, so he says that it's good to learn from the mistakes of those who aren't financially fit, but don't assume that knowing one way doesn't work makes them experts on what does work. Let's say you don't know, like, oh, back then I should have just done basketball. I kind of regret it, and so that doesn't mean that they know that basketball would work. Um, I guess that's like a okay example. That's the only one I can
That's a
think
good
of.
example.
So yeah, just because they don't know what like it doesn't like they know just because like knowing one way that doesn't work, like yeah, something that they don't know or that didn't work out for them, that doesn't mean they know what will like work for you. So he says that this is blunt, but it's vitally important to your financial success. And you should like certainly love and appreciate like people no matter their poor finances, and like even you can even listen to their advice where they've achieved in. Like let's say a broke person like you might not want to get advice in this area, but you want to get advice where they did really well in. So you get like a little bit of everything. So everyone has some certain advice. But you just need to choose which one to listen to and like which one to follow. He said that once you find the right mentor, you should be such a nag that he or she tells you it's too much. So he says that not only does this mean asking so many questions and trying to get so much advice that the mentor has to tell you that you're a little too hungry. Like if you're like just keep asking like random questions, like they'll tell you that like you need to calm down. He's kind of saying that you should do that, or it's not like a bad thing to do that. He says that also means that applying everything you're told immediately and consistently will help you even greater. Like you can't just learn something and just like
Okay, just read
if you
anything.
memorize it in your brain, it can come useful in like 40 years.
And you forget.
Yeah. So he says that you don't want to be the kind of like mentee or like student who expects the mentor to teach you everything and do the work too. Like you can't expect a teacher to do your homework for you or like take the test for you. It doesn't like you have to do some work in order to learn yourself. He says that be the kind of protege who hungrily and consistently seeks like your mentor's guidance and then applies it all perfectly, exactly, consistently, and all that. If you're getting like the right financial information from like the right sources and you're applying it like well, and like you will have like a positive like, or you'll have like a positive experience, and you'll like learn a lot, and you'll get like a lot of good results. So the best way to shape your thinking on money, he says that this is the best way to shape your thinking on money, and it will help you in countless ways as you learn and apply the principles of like good mentoring. She says that life is not about money, and money does not equal to happiness or success. You can do anything else that like makes you happy. For me, money makes me happy. Video games make me happy. Yeah, like so you can try to get all of them, but like sometimes like people like you may see them as like broke, but the thing is they don't care, so it doesn't really matter as long as they're happy. So they don't really need to be rich in order to be happy because they just don't care about it or they don't like need it. But then there's some people who are broke and they need money, they want money, and they're not happy, and they think money comes from happiness comes from money, which is like not true. They should find something else like that will like because I guess mental health is way more important than like money. If you're like I think a lot of people like commit suicide because like they're broke and they're like deep finance. Also, people get divorced and all that. So make sure you're happy first, or have at least some type of happiness to get you through. You don't have to be completely happy. There's a bunch of happiness after, but at least have like a small amount of happiness to get you motivation.
Yeah.
So he says that remember this: life is not about money, and money does not equal to happiness or success. So one of the most important parts about like understanding money is knowing what the steward of money, your life, does have a point, and while money can really help, the lack of money will probably hurt. So you want to like get a abundance of money, you want to have extra money, but like I think a lot of us just don't want to have negative money, or you don't want to be like having lack of money. Some people want to get like just enough money, but the thing is like if you get enough, like it might run out later on. So I guess it's better to go above just in case, and also to like keep on your generation of wealth and all that. He says that purpose and happiness aren't about money. Money is about furthering your purposeness and happiness. So I guess like money gives everyone a purpose in life. That's why they work. That's why they just do all the things. If there's like no money or there's no point in money, no one would be working right now. Everyone would be just staying at home with whatever they have, and we wouldn't be at like this advanced. Yeah. So he says that in other words, purpose and happiness aren't about money. I guess like some people, there's like two different people. There's one person that works really hard, paycheck to paycheck, and then eventually they get smart and make a business. But the thing is, like, they're working really hard to maintain that business. And then there's the other person who's like, let's say, a photographer. He may not be super as rich as like the business person. The thing is, they get to work on their own schedule. They're happy. They're flexible. They're earning a good amount, like a good amount of income, and like they're not too stressed out. They get to work whatever their like timing is. So there's like you can do either one. There's like different types of financial success in your mind. Like everyone has a different type of financial success. Like Bill Gates is like financial success is like billionaire, but that might mean like different than you. Like maybe financial success is like having a sturdy home, having a nice family, keeping them healthy, having like a lot of money to keep you going. And some like financial success to someone is having $1 billion and having all the cars they want in the world. Not bad of idea. Kind of want that, but but he says that no matter how prosperous or even wealthy you become, you'll truly never be happy or even really successful if you're not aligned with your God-given life purpose. You can have like all the money in the world, but if you don't have a purpose in life, there's really no point. Like I think everyone has a purpose or should have a purpose in life. Like if you're rich, you should have a purpose in life to donate to charity, take care of your family. You don't want to be that like the rich person who just has a bunch of money, he's selfish, doesn't donate to charity, keeps it all to himself, not even to his family. And yeah, there's like a lot of rich people, even celebrities, like they have everything, but the thing is they're not happy. So, um, yeah. So basically, step one summary is about like understanding money. So first, it is incredibly important to get like a financial education and understand the principles of financial stress. I guess like knowing the main idea will help you first, and then you can like get onto like the more important stuff. As long as you know like you shouldn't spend all the money first, you should and all other stuff. You should be okay for now. But the thing is like it won't last you or won't make you rich enough. It's just like the basic understanding to get started. So you might want to keep going on in like your financial education. And then there are 6 steps from broke to abundant. And the first step is to understand the principles of financial fitness, which is like you can't get to like the 6th step without taking the first step. And the third one is like you want to learn financial fitness from those who have like the kind of financial success you want. Like if your financial success is not like Bill Gates type of success, then you shouldn't follow him. You should follow like someone else who is like if you want to become a doctor, you don't want to follow someone who's just a successful lawyer. Like they're both successful, but they're kind of like in a different path. Yeah. So he says that money is a stewardship, meaning you have a responsibility to use it wisely in fulfilling your life purpose. And also, money is a blessing. Even though you work hard for it, you should always be grateful you have money, even if you're broke. Like, you shouldn't like. At least you have some money to keep you going. There's other people in the. You have to remember that. There's other people who's worse off than you are. You may be in the hole, but there's people even worse in the hole with actually $0 and don't have a home like that. And he says that as you learn from good financial mentors, including like this book is like a little easier to read. I like it. It's like more fun to read. You must do more than listen or read. You want to immediately like apply it, these principles and the techniques you learn, so it gets stuck in your brain a little bit better. Like if you're learning math, right, and then you don't do the homework or do the tests, that means you don't remember it. So money does not equal success or happiness, but it can like help you fulfill your life purpose more successfully and joyfully. Like that's your main goal. That's like I want to be have a lot of money. That's the thing that drives you to work hard, take care of people and all of that. Maybe once you reach this goal, then you can go back down and like take care of your family like that. How is it like? In order to get the money, take care of like this stuff, work hard, family, and then once you get there, you can take care of your family again, and then make sure your family works hard so they can also reach the type of success as you. Um, so financial fitness is a vital part of a wise and happy life. If you don't have financial fitness, that means like you'll have a lot of trouble. Let's say like just basic like buying a house, just keeping your money. Like you like there's a many like these lottery winners. they don't know financial fitness. They just got lucky, and a lot of them they spend all their money on cars, and eventually they run out. They will be in debt because they can't pay because they spent all their money and can't pay it back, and they're homeless. They're worse than when they started off. So learning financial fitness is like very important, and you should remember these principles and make them a part of your everyday thinking about money and financial fitness. So now we're going to move on to step two. It's called making money. So once you like understand like the basics and understanding money, then you can start making money. If you don't like know financial fitness and you're making money, you get the money, you pay for like some random thing right away, and you have no money left. And it's like working paycheck to paycheck like that. You get money and you spend it, so you have zero again. You got 100, you spend the 100, you have zero again. So yeah, so he says this guy named Woody Allen says that money is better than poverty, if only for financial reasons. So the next step is to actually like have some money yourself. He says that it's just like it's not time to strategize how to make money until you got a wider view of things. It's somewhat pointless to plan to have to like save, invest, and spend money if you don't actually have it. Um, so that's why you should have at least some money to start up, or at least have some income to help you like grow. I think everyone has to start like somewhere. Might Everyone should like probably get a job at first to get the money. Then they reinvest that money they earned into their business until they're stable enough to quit their job. Then focus on their business. I guess that's like what I might do, but like I don't know. So he says that of course you should know these principles before you get the point of having like making big decisions if you can. He says that starting at the beginning and taking the steps in the right order will prepare you to face like the world of money much like better than just simply just learning around just by experience. Game like yeah. So next, like, is bad to good and good to great. So he said that there's some ways of getting money are simply and naturally better than others. Like getting a full time job at let's say an IT company is way better than McDonald's. So yeah, so basically, as you know, there's a lot of ways to get money. Like maybe from mowing someone's lawn. I don't do that. Like, I don't really like to do that though. It's a little so much hard work just for like $15.
Yeah. At your age right now, is yeah, you focus on learning, not making money.
Yeah. Because like when you do that, like it's good that you're earning money. It's good that like you're starting to learn how like to work harder. But the thing is, it's also kind of teaching you how to work paycheck to paycheck. I think that's what wait, I forgot which that poor dad. I think that's what he did. I forgot. It was like the one of the dads was like sending the kids to work for him with child enslavement. Like so, anyways, and then he didn't pay them that much because that would be teaching how to learn like work paycheck to paycheck. Like they only working just for the money, and yeah, just for that one paycheck. But the thing is, like from mowing someone's lawn to robbing a bank to babysitting to running a bake sale and all these other ones. So there's different ways to like get money. So robbing a bank, it'll like there's a very slim chance you actually get it. It's a horrible idea. You go to jail and it's not like a good thing. So that means mowing someone's lawn is way better than that. And then there's running a bake sale, which helps you like work on your salesmanship, and I think that's what like Boy Scouts did. Or I walked around the neighborhood selling popcorn. I sold like $50 worth of popcorn. Yeah. Or maybe it's just because that we were kids and people think we're cute and they felt bad for us. So there's some people they're like they don't even like they open like hello like would you like some popcorn, just shuts the door. But there's some people that like when you go door knocking, like if let's say you're just sending out flyers, there's going to be at least one person who will set the flyer. Um, so
So what do you learn from that?
I
No knocking.
learned how to talk to strangers.
You learn the courage to approach people, or you don't ask for it, you won't
Yeah,
get.
huh?
Right? It's the number game too.
Yeah, I think there's some kids who really tried really hard. They got like $2,000, but I didn't have a lot of time at school. But and they didn't have that much classes. But anyways, so in reality, he says that robbing a bank is a bad financial decision. You go to jail. You're gonna be fined a lot, and just planning it. The years in prison will set you back like a long way. How do you see what happened to Mike Tyson? I don't know if it's jail that set him back a lot, but it kind of ruined his career. At least he's getting a little better now. He's getting to like acting and all that. He's getting back on his feet. But the thing is, like, going to jail is a very bad thing. He was worth like $400 million. Now he's worth $3 million, which is like not even like that much. Like it's like 1%. But I know he didn't rob a bank. It was like some other thing. But like still, like robbing a bank is way worse, and like it will be really bad if you've gone to jail just for like because you were just super desperate.
I think he killed people.
Huh?
He killed people.
Who? Who? Mike Tyson?
OJ. No, not Mike.
Oh, O.J. Simpson? I think so, but yeah, I think he killed someone. But he says that, and it goes further than ethical trumps, so it goes further than ethical beats unethical and all that. So, like, robbing a bank is unethical. There's, like, high loss, and it's illegal. You want to earn your money the most legal way while making all as much money as you can. So while it's fairly obvious that most people that coming by like your money through honest means is better than stealing, cheating, and like others like scamming people, there are actually other lines that separate bad ways to make money from good ones. And he says that we think this as a good place to start. He says that being honest and ethical is vitally important. So is a vitally important principle to success and like achievement. Like since no matter how much money you can like manage to be dishonest and all that, and being unethical and scamming people and all that, your overall happiness and even your like ability to sustain a positive like financial situation will be like unstable, and you won't like it's like your mind's kind of weird. You're not really that happy. Like you're cheating a lot of people. Like, how can you be happy with that? Of course, you know you're cheating. You know you're hurting people, but you're just doing it for yourself. Kind of like not that cool. He says that it's frankly obvious that frankly, it's probably obvious to you that making a bad choice is not nearly as good as making like a good one, and he says that in reality, the gap between good and bad, or good ways to make money, and great ways to make money is really big. Like, a good way to make money is go and get a job at making $100,000 a year. But then a great way is having a business where you earn $200,000 a year, like that. So, so the first subtopic is great income factor number one is a purpose first. You want to have like a purpose. Like, why are you doing this? You don't want to get into something which you don't know what you're doing or why you're doing it. So that's why you want to have a purpose / goal. So in the shadow of like the wind, like that's the book that he's citing. Making money isn't hard in itself. What's hard is it to earn it doing something worth devoting one's life to. So you want like if you're going to devote your life to something, you want to do it that you'll enjoy it. So he says that while we recognize like the truth of this remark, he says that it does take real effort to make money, doing your missions and just spend a lot of your time living your dreams, and he says that we maintain that it is still worth it, and you should and that it should be your aim to get money. He says that it just might take a while. You can't get money right away unless you're doing like a lottery, but it's very low chance. You higher chance of getting struck by lightning than winning the lottery. And so you can't I think Bill Gates didn't get his success right away. It took him a long time. Then Jeff Bezos, he was he looked so different from back then. He looked kind of weird, and then now he looks like Lex Luthor. So he said that getting what you want is hard, but you don't want anything else, so you better work to get it. He says that let's be clear, doing so can and will be hard, perhaps like the hardest thing you'll ever do is like learning, going through all this process, going through pain and all of that to get what you are. And so getting what you want is hard, and so at some point you're going to have to find a way to like leverage your time, your talent, and all that. You're going to have to like find a way to manage all that and like take advantage of that. So it isn't like he said that it isn't bad to have a burger flipping job in like high school because like you're learning how to work hard, or like a landscaping job over the summer to bring in like that a little extra like cash to get like an item that you want. But you shouldn't rely on as your main income. It's a good idea if you just need this item. It's not like a good thing to just rely your whole life on. It's like allowance, like saving up for this item. But beyond that, he says that it's a good idea for you to start looking for like an income making opportunity and situate as like early as possible. That involves like what you want to dream and like which will like contribute to society like the best or more important way. He says that this is how the New York Times best-selling author Oliver DeMille, I have no idea how to pronounce it, describes producers in his book Freedom Shift. So he says that producers create and add value to society and mankind. Like they make movies, plays, all of that. And so thus they're the most important people in economy or nation. They do a lot for people for entertainment. Like when you think of producers, you think of movies, but like I think technically a lot of people are like different type of people are producers. Like IT companies, they produce IT stuff. Like liquor stores, they like produce. Well, they don't really make it; they're just selling it. But like all that stuff. So he says that, and focusing on connection, your own income to what you have to add to the world is not only true in excellent entrepreneurship, but also usually the best way to make a difference and live a fulfilling and happy life. Like it should make you happy that you're helping people and yourself, and you want to like contribute to society because I think most products that made people rich actually contributed to society. Like they will help make people's lives better, which makes you happy that you're making people's lives happier and way better. So he says that producers create. So the quote he bolded this because apparently it's very important. Like producers create and add value on all that I just said earlier. So you want to create value in your products if you're making a business, and you want to contribute to society any way you can with that product, or like the money that you earned. He says that once again, like we're not saving this. Like it's the only way you should make money. There's many other ways you can. There's just like a suggestion, or that like you just sit around wishing off work of others, and while you wait for the perfect opportunity to like make money of what you love. She says that in fact, as long as you keep your eyes on the prize and consistently look for and take opportunities to get closer and closer to the goal, every little job you have will contribute, like help you and teach you a valuable lesson. That will prepare you for anything that you need, basically. So so how much time do we have?
Go ahead.
I wasn't timing.
Wrap it up when you end of the chapter.
The end of the chapter is in how many pages? Oh
yeah.
This is a very long chapter.
No, that's a blank page. Yeah.
Where? Oh, it goes all the way to
Before that, I see a blank page before that.
68, 69. That's more than 10 pages.
Okay, just wrap it up then.
That's about 22 pages.
That's fine, wrap it up.
Okay, so I hope you learned something. So again, we finished chapter 1 about like learning what financial fitness is important. You want to know from like the best mentors. You want to understand money. But before you start making money, or like before you you can't just like learn about investing, saving. First you need to learn how to make money. But then before that, you need to know like how to make money, or like the best way. You don't want to get some like unethical way that will like land you in jail, or you don't want to spend so much time to little reward. You want to earn like the right job or like the right source of income to get in order to get you started off. So I hope you enjoyed this video of financial fitness for teens, and it's not only for teens, adults can read it. It's very helpful. And I guess I'll see you next time.